Hello, it's me, Star Haku, and today I'll be creating a new OC. Recently, I've had this idea where I really wanted to make a new OC of a albino bunny. So that's what I'm doing in this video, and her name is Lalicia. So I'm gonna be yapping about the thought process and like the plans I have for her and stuff like that. I already had a pretty clear image in my head when I was designing her. I already knew that I wanted an albino bunny with like Morote fashion. I did almost give her straight hair since basically like all of my OCs have curly hair, but I can't resist. And I just wish that there was more characters with curls because as a person with curly hair and also just someone that loves curly hair in general, there needs to be more. So I must give like every single character ever that I make curly hair, I guess. I've never really drawn corkscrew curls. I've done very tight curls, loose curls, but not like this tight. So it was really fun to try. At first it was really confusing, but after a few tries I got the hang of it. It's actually really easy. All you gotta do is just draw some loopy circles, and then with the shape that the circles kind of make, you make squares, and then it's just, you add some loose strands and boom, you got corkscrews. When I first planned out her design, she was just gonna be a regular albino bunny, but then I saw some really cute like Morote centipede pictures, which sounds so odd, but like here's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of these like type of pictures and I think they're so cute, and I was like, wait, I could use this. But instead of using centipedes, which I do really like centipedes, I just love bugs in general, but I was like, what if instead of centipedes I did roly-polies? And roly-polies are also called pillbugs, but I've always called them roly-polies, and I think that's just cuter, so roly-polies. I was like, wait a minute, what if she's not just a bunny? What if she was filled with roly-polies? So last minute, I came up with this idea that she's actually dead, and someone removed all her body parts from the inside. And filled her with roly-polies, because I love roly-polies. And somehow she's alive again. I guess Frankenstein and the Boogeyman had a child, and this is her. But I have yet to decide how she died, and if I do want to go like kind of the Frankenstein style route, or if there's like something else entirely. Also, I'm sorry if I sound shaky. I'm so cold. This is off topic, but my room is in the basement, so that's already cold because it's like January, and also we turn off like the heater later at night and it's 1 a.m. so I'm trying to snuggle up in blankets. I should probably put on a sweater, but yeah, I'm cold. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. What if maybe instead of her actually being alive, maybe she thought she died and she came back to life again, but in reality she's still dead. Which actually goes really well with an idea I had like a year ago, maybe more than a year ago, can't remember, but it goes like this. A young girl died many years ago and her spirit is still trapped in a maybe desolate, rotting home, believing that she's still alive. She tries to find an escape only to relive her awful past, and her spirit fades away forever. Something like that. I think that could be cool, and I think it suits really well for what I already have built for her, which was very unintentional, but maybe it's just meant to be. So yeah, I'm super excited about this OC. I just think she's so cute, and I think she has a lot of lore potential. I feel it in my bones. But yeah, I've just been so excited to have a new OC because it feels like it's been a while since I've made a new OC. Technically, I just made one, which is like my fan child Eclipse infinite and star thing. But I haven't even drawn her yet. But I have ideas, so that will happen soon. But it just is nice to have something completely fresh, like not connected to anything, you know? But anyway, I also have realized that for some reason most of my OCs, like their stories and stuff, are about finding life and death, which I find very odd. I don't even think about that when I make their stories. Like, the ideas just pop into my head. And I just find it very odd that, like, all of them correlate to death, which is very weird to say. I'm okay. I feel the need to say that I'm fine. Yeah, but I don't know why I am, like, drawn to stories like that. But, like, Sky, dead. Neptune, dead. Hazel, dead. Darcy, dead. Mochi, a murderer. Nova and Star can't die, but Star's kids are half immortal. Some of them may die, some of them may live. So that's a whole nother thing. And then Lilicia, dead. So I don't know why I'm like this, but it makes for cool stories. So but yeah, I want to yap about, like, the similarities of my OCs so bad right now, because, like, there's so many. Like, it really doesn't seem on the surface that they're similar at all with some of them, but when you dig deep, like, they do have a lot. And there's also, like, a lot of times where I'm like, wait a minute, how did I add myself, or, like, my experiences, my personality into my characters without even thinking? Like, that happens all the time, where I'm just randomly, like, I don't know, living, and then I'm, like, thinking about my OCs, and then I have an epiphany over my own characters and being like, wait a minute, you know, that goes with, like, a past experience I've had, or something like that, which I find so cool yet odd, which is definitely a thing that, like, artists, writers tend to do with their characters. Like, sometimes they do it purposely, sometimes it's unintentional. For me, it's completely unintentional. But yeah. I am definitely, like, contemplating making a whole yap session about OCs. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. It would be like 6 or 7 million years long. 6, 7. But yeah. Anyway, onto her name. Her name, like I said, is Lilicia, and I found the name just off of scrolling Pinterest for, like, what felt like forever in search of a name that suited her. And I've never heard this name before. And when I heard it, I was like, this is so cute, like, this is perfect. And I didn't care too much about, like, the meaning or whatever of the names that I was looking for. I just wanted something that was cute. So Lilicia actually means, like, joyful, playful, or suggesting, like, a lively spirit, and it has Latin or Spanish roots. So yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was cute, so that's her name. I almost named her Dolly because of, like, you know, the fact that she's a stuffed bunny, but I was like, I don't know, Lolly seems a little too cliche. I feel like there's a lot of characters I feel like named Dolly. I don't know, it's just kind of not what I was going for in a way. But yeah, I really, really like Lilicia, even though it technically has no meaning. She also has an axe. My other creepy cute OCs have, like, an item associated with them, so I gave her one too. Not sure what she'd use it for. I just gave it to her because I was like, oh, this is cute. But I do love the trope anyways of a really cutesy feminine character that has a weapon or something. I don't know why, but I love it, so that's another plus. But yeah, I'll definitely be brainstorming on stuff. But anyway, onto the actual drawing. Like usual, I don't have a whole ton to say because my process is really just the same. But I do really like how it kind of looks like, how do I word this? Like, you know, like old books that over time kind of get yellowed because of their age and like acid stuff. I feel like this drawing gives off that kind of vibe. And I love that. At first, I was like, no, she's supposed to be like pure white kind of thing. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, you know, it kind of gives like old book vibes, which I think is very cute. So yeah. And also, I wanted to make sure that you could tell that she was like that she had pill bugs in her. So part of her stitching or her skin is missing on her torso, and the pill bugs are rolling out from her. My mom, when she saw it, she thought she had a tattoo, but no, trust me, it's pill bugs. I do think that technically, like, I don't know if technically is the right word, but centipedes would have been easier composition-wise because, like, you know, it could have been cool to have them kind of, like, wiggling out, like, kind of like guts, but I don't know. I just prefer pill bugs, roly-polies, so yeah, it does look a little cluttered, but it's worth it. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope that you love her as much as I do, and I can't wait to be drawing her and everything. So yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble. Bye bye!